join me in seated and find any comfortable seat of your choosing. A little reminder that in Surya Namaskara, especially in the book by Swami Saraswati, it says that the yogic method of altering inner rhythms proceeds in a slow and systematic way. It does not attempt to radically change anything. Rather, it seeks to slowly mold and modify the existing structures by becoming a new and health-giving extension of our day-to-day life. It goes on to say that this is why the practices of yoga have to be performed regularly, daily, even if for only a few minutes. So, and we've all noticed as we've showed up for these classes on a regular basis, the long-term benefits that start to penetrate your body in the sense of becoming more confident and competent at familiar poses, for reaching out to new challenges, and also for accessing the equilibrium that you find at the close of your yoga practice. So finding, as I say, that very comfortable and easeful seat. And then as you float your arms out to the side, rotate your palms up. Arms can be really soft at this stage. Stack the shoulders above the hips. Maybe even close the eyes. And as you breathe in, float, reach, or extend your arms up overhead. Take a small pause, rotate palms down, and exhale and push the air down as if you're really pressing out through extended, strong, toned arms. Fingers touch the earth. As you breathe in, rotate palms up, externally rotate your shoulders, perhaps lift the gaze. Pause and turn the palms and exhale, press through thick air and float the gaze down into your heart center. One more like that. Bringing mind, body, breath to unite. Pause at the top of the in-breath. And then rotate palms, press down, exhaling, gaze into Mother Earth or down into the heart. When the fingers are landed on the earth, slide the right hand to the right. Press the earth away. That's coming into that strong wrist extension. Rotate the left shoulder back. Lift the gaze, spread the fingers. This is really symbolic of the sun, of all of those actions we find in Surya Namaskara. Lots of lifting up to the sky and then uniting down with Mother Earth. Left palm reaches over to the left. Rotate, gaze up to sky if that feels okay for your head, for your neck, for your spine. And then release. And then cross the legs the other way if they were crossed. So bring those legs into a different crossing. Again, float the arms out like a T shape. Palms forward, so rotate your palms facing forward. Inhale as you draw the arms back, expand the chest, feel the scapulae meet. Exhale, hollow the spine and meet the fingers reaching in front of you. Arms come to sandwich the ears. Breathing in, open out. Maybe again, even look up, extend the neck if that feels good for you. Open the throat. Exhale, release. Very similar to the beautiful actions of cat-cow in the spine. So really try to evolve all the way from the tail to the crown. So you start to get that flow motion, that alternate bending, flexing, and extending. And then release the hands down and flip over onto all fours. And find your tabletop back. Curl the toes under and reach the buttocks back towards the feet as you extend the arms. What's the quality of your breathing feel like? How does the spine feel as you elongate? And then move into swaying cat. So as you weight bear and the body comes forward, it's almost like a knees down plank. And you want to make sure that the shoulders draw away from the ears. And you just begin to find that light tone on the belly. And this is good for bone building anyway, if you hover here. As you exhale, buttocks reach towards the heels. Or you can inhale here, and then as you exhale, come into that swaying position, swaying forward and hugging the muscles into the bones. So it starts to activate the core. So for me, for you, I would suggest breathing in here and exhaling as you move forward. But essentially, coordinate the best to your rhythm and movements. We're coming into those natural rhythms. Yogis believe that the Surya Namaskara, the Sun Salutation series, was designed to allow the human yogi to reunite with natural rhythm and to reconnect with nature. And of course, yoga is full of poses from the animal world as well. Now from swaying cat, come back into your all fours. You can press the tops of the feet down. And as you exhale, hollow the belly. So really activating deeper flexion. And then flowing into your spinal extension. Roll and space out the shoulders. Wingtips of the shoulders draw towards the lumbar as the tail rises and the buttock bones open out. And you can look to the top of the mat or raise the gaze. Press and exhale. Let the mind become fully present with all of the flowing actions that you are finding in the breath. And then release back to child's pose, but this time flow the arms behind you. And as you interlace the knuckles, forehead is resting on the earth in classical Padottanasana. Interlace the knuckles or hook the thumbs and roll the shoulders back. Squeeze the upper arm bones into the midline and bring those knuckles away from the chest if you can. And then rise up to high kneeling and open that chest a little bit further. So chest expand arms, squeeze those knuckles together towards the tailbone, bend the elbows, open chest, or elongate arm bones all the way through to the fingernails and lift through the front body. And it's a little bit like a floating camel, just moving to honor your body, and then exhale, tipping forward, Vrksasana. Draw the shoulder blades away from the ears. Just get some space in the collarbones and then release those arms and finding extended child pose, curling up into down face dog. And as you elevate the hips in your down face dog, allow breath to travel around the whole yoga body. So pedaling the legs here, bending the knees, maybe pedal one left and pedal right, and then bring the knees down. Flow back into a back bend, into your cat arch. Exhaling into your child's pose. Breathe into all fours, and then exhale into down face dog. And warming up the body now just by coming to all fours. Arch, inhale. Exhale, rounding to Vrksasana. Breathing in as you draw back to your all fours. And exhaling and lifting the hips and sending the heels away in your down face dog. So keep going with that flow. Just for 2 more rounds. Little lingering moment in the down face dog as you find your spinal column and the vertebrae just opening out. So each time you repeat flow, extending your awareness a little bit more. So now linger in down face dog. Remember, you might need to bend or micro bend the knees. Press the earth away with good intention. Shake out the head and neck, soften the face, and then begin to mindfully walk the feet in towards the hands. Bring the feet hip wide, level off the toes, and then bring the hands onto the fronts of the shins, or the knees, or the tops of the thighs. You may even want to bend the knees. And again, find that back bend. Lift the table top back away. So as you draw your spine up, send the gaze forward. Roll the arms back. So it feels like diver arms. And again, interlace the fingers and knuckles. Draw the chest open. Pause here. Breathe in. Exhale as you tip forward. Crown down. And the arms and knuckles draw up towards the sky. Flow the arms down to the earth. Ragdoll. And then as you press through your feet and peel up and out, start to elevate torso, body, and whole arms. Come up, overhead, full body stretch, and into saluting the sun. Circle the arms and bring the palms back into the heart center. And now everybody should find that we are all here standing in mountain. Just to take that pose one more time, just to create a lot more space across the shoulders and to give tone to the shoulder joints themselves. So breathe in, full body stretch as you find Vrksasana. Exhale, tip forward, holding at the pelvis, tabletop back, and maybe bend those knees. Crown lengthens. Interlace the fingers, draw the shoulder blades, sliding them down onto the back, and squeeze the knuckles, fingers together, or the heels of the hands, or find hooking your thumb position. Connect back to your breath on the exhale, like tone in the abdomen as you tip forward. Rest the torso on the bent knee thighs, and others may want to change that clasping hand position to affirmation mudra, lengthening out the index fingers. And as you lift into firm legs, maybe give your body a little roll, give the torso a little swing or a little movement side to side if you can. If the shoulder heads fall into the ears, can you draw them back and away? Remember, you are tipping that body over the legs, knees are bent, all the legs are firm. And then glide and release the arms down to the earth and they dangle. It's like yoga ragdoll. And as you draw the belly muscles in, slowly peel away. Torso lifts away from your legs. Arms start to elevate up. Lift up again. Stand tall, mountain, and or open your heart. Back bend and circle and bring the palms back into the heart center. Now bring the body to the top of the yoga mat. And let's prepare for first round of sun salute in moderate pace. So becoming extremely mindful and also taking care of each position that you find. Remember that each asana is a means of us achieving flexibility, not just in the body, but also in the mind, in the state of mind. Bring the palms into your heart center, Padottanasana. Close the eyes and contemplate this present moment. Connect to the breath. Be ready to sweep the arms out and lift up to sky. Pause as you exhale and flow down over the legs. Easy fold Breathe again as you find a slightly stronger, deepening crown down. Fingers by the toes. Step your right foot back, high lunge, and then bring the right knee down. Soften the back foot. Roll the shoulders above the hips, and then sweep the arms out in a big circle. Pausing here in crescent moon, and you may be in a very high pelvis, or your body may allow the pelvis to descend. Remember to breathe in each posture and connect mindfully. Press the palms under the shoulders, curl the right toes, lift the hips, high lunge, and step back to down face dog. Breathe and pedal, walk that dog, give your hips a little roll side to side. Now squeeze the feet, ankles and toes together and travel into Vrksasana, yoga plank. So a tabletop back as you hug all your muscles in. Crown in line with your tailbone, inner thighs are strong. Send your heart forward and bring the knees down. Tops of the feet soften. And then hug the elbows into your side ribs. Slowly descend. And lower the body to the mat. Reach each leg away. Pointing the toes, lengthening the feet away from the hips. And then reposition the hands just by the sides of the face, possibly even wider than the mat. Gaze into the earth and slowly peel. Elbows can remain touching the earth in a sort of low sphinx or mild cobra, or press in further. Elevate the elbows, roll the shoulders back. Lovely space across the collarbones. Breathing in your sphinx or your cobra pose. Inhale, exhale, draw the heart forward. Kiss the forehead down to the earth. And find breath. And as the hands come under the shoulders, spread the fingers, root through the thumbs, press up, strong arms, rounding back to child's pose. Curl the toes. Rise up to your second down dog. And elongate through the heels. Lift all the toes, spread out the toes. And if you're finding that the ankles land, the heels land, the ankles are centered, just be aware of the extra stimulation to the muscles in your legs. Float the right leg up and back in hip extension. Press the earth away. Now look to the hands and thumbs and step your right foot forward for high lunge. Your right ankle lands below the right knee. Slide the left knee down. Soften the top of the left foot. Look forward. Roll the shoulders above the hips. And sweep the arms up for crescent moon and Janyasana. And as I said, if you want to, it's really nice sometimes to lift energy up and away. You can even straighten out that right leg. And then as you exhale, re-enter the pose. Fall back in love with Anjaneyasana, if you didn't love it already. And let the pelvis surrender. Be comfortable in your breath. Send those arms forward and down, fingertips by the toes. Curl the left toe, come back into high lunge. And then step forward. Inhale, sternum reaches away from the pelvis, full lengthening of the legs or soften the knees. And exhale, Uttanasana. Round down. Deep fold. Sweep arms now. Carry torso up to the sun. Brighten your heart. Circle the arms back. And return to Pranayama. It is simply one of the most beautiful flows that the yoga tradition has given us. And when you especially become mindful, mesmerized by each action, the practice quality penetrates not just your physical body, but your mind, your emotions. It really uplifts your mental state, brings space to every corner of you. So let's now come to the left side to complete one whole round of Surya Namaskara. Remember, you work through the right side body, the Shakti, and then the left side Shiva. You have this duality of masculine and feminine represented in the flow. Beginning in mountain, pose of Pranayama. Close your eyes, draw inwards to your breathing. Soften the face, relax the facial muscles. Be ready to receive your inhalation now. As you salute the sun, gaze up if it's comfortable and open to your back bend and then descend into your fold. Diving over the legs, soften the knees, micro bend, or again, challenge yourself to encourage a deeper standing fold. Body coming very close to the legs. Fingers by the toes, step your left leg back, high lunge, right ankle below the right knee, and the left leg is super firm and strong. Pause here. Press the ball of the left foot back a little bit further. So get a little bit more space from the shoulder blades through to the heel of that left leg. And then kiss the knee down. Curl and soften the front foot. Roll the shoulders away. And then circle the arms up and out. And Janiyasana, crescent moon. Circle the hands beside the foot, frame the foot, lift back into high lunge and glide the right foot back. And still important to feel comfortable in the spinal extension and the elongation of the spine from the armpits to the hips. And then hugging the thigh muscles into the bones in down face dog. Reach the balls of the feet back, come up onto high heels, scoop hollow, travel to plank. And stay in plank for a breath cycle or two, because it's super strong for the core. It maintains core connection, and it also is fabulous for retaining the bone building properties, osteoblast function. Send the heart forward. Knees down, tops of feet down. And then squeeze the elbows as they bend into the sideways. Try to retain that plank-like body. And lower. Reach the legs away. Choose Vrksasana with elbows under shoulders. Or choose Cobra pose. And enjoy the spinal flexibility, the foundation of the pelvis and the legs, tops of feet really reaching back, collarbones nice and soft, and your facial muscles are relaxed. Draw the heart forward. Kiss your forehead down and relax. And breathe. Palms under shoulders. Press the body away from the earth. Scoop the ribs in, the navel in, and lightly round back into extended child's pose. When you're ready, inhale, all fours, curl toes, exhale, down face dog. Allow the pose to develop, so start to challenge and come into stillness in your down dog, reaching out from the heels, from the toes, from the thumbs to the fingers. And then when you're ready, send the left leg up and back into sky. And flow that left foot forward. High lunge. Right knee down, low lunge. Roll the shoulders. And sweep the arms up. And Janyasana, crescent move. And if you want to move up and back, firm the left leg, breathing in. And then exhale, traveling back into the lunge. Then please embrace that variation. Fingers reach forward now. Curl the back toes, lift, step forward. Level off those feet and toes, they are hip wide. Lengthen sternum, inhale, exhale, fold. And then when you're ready, sweep your arms up and out, big circle. Glide, open your heart, shine bright, shine space and light into your being. And then we exit here as we stand at the close of Surya Namaskara. We come back into Padottanasana. And even in a slow, methodical approach to the practice, you probably already feel different than when you started. So now let's just take that same flow, but increase the pace mildly. So remember that in Surya Namaskara, usually when you breathe in, your face moves up and you're opening out into space. And as you exhale, you're bowing and honoring Mother Earth. So let's flow with just as much mindfulness, beginning in Padottanasana. Inhale, exhale here. Inhale, salute the sun, arms raised. Exhale, fold. Right leg back, right knee down, and breathe in as you raise your arms. Exhale, release. Down face dog. Inhale in down dog. Exhale as you come to plank. Breathe in, sway forward, knees down, or exhale as you lower in your rod. Legs reach back. Breathe in, cobra or sphinx. Exhale, curl toes and down face dog. Breathe in, right leg to sky. Exhale, right foot forward, low lunge. Inhale, crescent moon, arms raised to sky. Exhale, fingers forward, step in to your folded toes. And inhale, rise up to the sun. And exhale, Pranayama. Moving into the left side channel, although it actually alternates. By taking left leg back and then left leg forward, you do alternate. Beginning again, Pranayama, inhale, exhale. Remain here with your present moment connections. Rise to the sun, inhale. Exhale, easy fold or deep dive, Uttanasana. Left leg back, left knee down, and raise your arms, inhale. Exhaling, down face dog. Inhale as you pedal or retain your manifestation of this pose. Feet together. Exhale, plank. Inhale, heart forward, perhaps knees down. Exhale, half or full chaturanga. And breathe in, cobra or sphinx. Exhaling, reach back to down face dog. Inhaling, left leg peels up to the sky. Enjoy that hip extension or dog splits. Left foot forward, right knee down, crescent moon. And Janyasana, breathe in. Exhale, top of the mat fold. And breathe in. Rise to the sun. Circle. And bring the palms into your heart center. So we're going to stay with nature and find Vrksasana, the yoga tree balance. So be in your mountain. Feel connected to the breath, feel the pelvis level, and then start to root energy down just through the left leg. So you want to be accessing as you maybe bend the right knee. Not that you dip into that hip and collapse, but that you spread out your foot generously and that you prepare to either pop the right foot just down by the left ankle or shin, or that you gather the foot and ankle and press it in to the inner thigh, foot to thigh, thigh to foot pressing equally. Palms into Padottanasana. Possibly float the arms out like a T or raise the arms, eyes to the horizon. Little inner or outer spiral. Maybe Gyan Mudra, forefinger meets thumb, honouring the wisdom of the yogis who brought us such beautiful practices. And softly bring the palms into your heart and slowly lower the leg. Just have a little wiggle. Come back to mountain in hip or shoulder rise. And before we find the second side, swaying palm. So rotate your palms, draw the arms up and overhead, and they can be wide, or you can bind the hands together, interlacing as we did earlier. Turn the knuckles away and draw your body into a tall manifestation of a very tall tree. Lift and open your side bodies. And remember, this can be very, very mild. So if you are healing from any back trouble or you're just feeling a little bit nervous about lateral flexion, then it can just be extremely mild. Otherwise, if you feel quite free to do so, as you move to one side, let the opposite hip slide away. It's also known as standing crescent pose. And the thing is with Surya Namaskara, the Sun Salutation series, it has so much bending forward and backwards. It's also important that we honour the other movements in the spine in a well-rounded practice. So maybe completing side that you now need to use to bring balance to your practice. Interior Uttanasana, and then sweep the arms out. And let's find Vrksasana on the second side. So rooting now into your right leg. So send weight down into the right side. Start to peel the left foot away. And as I say, even if you just touch the toes on the inner side of the ankle, you are still standing on one leg and therefore be able to calmly gaze into the distance and breathe. You may want to draw into the perineum as you press foot to thigh, thigh to foot, and attempt to open out the external rotation of the hip in a range of motion that suits you, and arms also in a position that you enjoy. Sometimes I like to just bring the palms together and rest them on the crown of the head and open out the armpits. And breathe across the chest. Stay for several breaths if you can. Slowly releasing when you're ready. And just give the legs a little shake out, a little pedal. Maybe a pelvic circle when you've finished. And then step your feet wide, moderately wide. Align the heels with the back of your practice mat and be in that position where you do not lose the quality of grounded action through the feet. So lifting the toes, spreading out through the outer arches and lifting into the inner arches, and then release all the feet. You may, of course, want to bend the knees. You can bend them alternately or at the same time, of course, and then tip forward. So again, finding a tabletop back and the breastbone lengthening away from the pelvis. And this is an opportunity to refan the legs. So kneecaps lift up towards the hips as your thighs firm. It encourages muscular flexibility, of course, in the hamstrings. Come in a little bit deeper. Perhaps bring your fingertips under the shoulders. And it's at this point, depending on your ability, you'd want to heel toe outwards, but not to the point where you slide those feet away and you lose connection to the midline. So I would heel toe out a few centimeters and then re-establish the core connection through the inner seams of the legs. But depending on your practice, you may want to bend the elbows and bring your crown down. And if your crown does land on the mat and you get that unique ability to find that parallel spine with the triangle strength in the legs, you can interlace the fingers behind the back and move into the chest expander arms again, rolling the arms away, midline, squeezing the blades together. Or you might prefer to have your yoga block here, or make fists under the arms and remain supported. So if your crown is dangling and that doesn't feel good for you, bring back your arms to support your Prasarita Padottanasana. Potentially heel toe out 1 more or 2 more centimeters. Stay strong and anchored from the toes to the crown. And then move into rotation. So everybody finding that the sternum extends, the breastbone reaches away from the pelvis, and turn right and reach both arms towards the right side of the mat or towards the right toes. Inhale, exhale here. Slide back to center and then turn left and reach body towards the left top corner of the mat. Reach both arms away. Stay firm and strong in the legs. Come back to center. And then as you heel toe in, soften the knees, perhaps you're shoulder wide, or perhaps you can come back to hip wide and unravel the body. Flow back up to stand. Roll out the shoulders. Now gather your blanket or your block or your cushions and come back to sitting, which is where we started. And please sit once again in cross legs if that suits you, or sit in any other position. Since we've just used Prasarita Padottanasana, you might find it's comfortable to sit with the legs long and in a relaxed V shape. Finding a yogic seat. At the close of a practice, at the beginning of the practice, is another symbol of the ancient tradition of yoga. And it encourages you to sit with poise and dignity and re-enter this present moment. So let your shoulders drop away from your ears as you let your mind enter again the present feeling of your breath. Becoming aware of all sensations in your body as you sit. A sense of the head and the crown elongating towards the sun. The space around you. The sense of the pelvis, the buttocks, the legs being well grounded, supported by Mother Earth. Remembering how to breathe fully through conscious yoga breathing is part of self-care. Pausing, becoming more mindful as you rest in this present seat. Being mindful does not involve pushing thoughts away or becoming empty-headed. Instead, treat all sensations, all thoughts of equal value. Open and expand to everything you find in your present awareness. Observe now with clarity and deep concentration each in and each out breath. Beginning to tune inwards more deeply as you close your eyes, soften your gaze, and perhaps become a little more still, a little more settled in your seat. What arises in your experience is correct. There's no necessary strong right or strong wrongness. There's simply a general increase in your awareness. What is in the landscape of your whole internal awareness now? What can you see, hear, feel and sense about your internal experience. Now become aware of a slightly fuller in-breath and out-breath. As you draw your palms together in Anjali Mudra in the heart center. Opening your eyes as you bow the gaze down. Pause here to reflect on this experience today, on how you feel, and what, if anything, has changed. And perhaps a slow mindful sun salute can become part of your daily routine. Namaste, yogis. Thank you for being here today. I wish you a wonderful day ahead, a wonderful week ahead, and hopefully see you on the mat soon.